The Purchase tab on a product allows you to set the default purchase price, suppliers, and purchase quantities for your product, helping to streamline your purchasing processes. Let's get started. When you set a default purchase price, it will populate for the product when added to a purchase order. You can change the value at any time, but the supplier's default price will take precedence. The minimum order quantity is the minimum purchase order quantity you want to set for this product. This will display as a warning if you add a lesser quantity on a purchase order. In line with the default purchasing unit provided, of which you can select the default in this drop-down here, again, the supplier's default units will take precedence. The purchase tax rate should only be set if you want this to override any supplier or order tax rate. If you leave this blank, the order line will use the supplier's or the default tax rate instead. Tax rates for the product will always override the supplier or customer tax rate. Add a nominal cost to the product for use in sales quotes where your average landed cost or last cost are not accurate or not yet established. View the average landed cost for the product, which is calculated as total stock value divided by stock on hand. The last cost will also display here, which is calculated based on the last recosted and completed purchase order. This could be amended by a few transactions, assemblies, product import, or stock adjustments. If we look now to the tabs below, starting with Suppliers, use this tab to provide default suppliers and pricings per product. Supplier must exist as a supplier record in Unleashed before they can be added to the product's record. Using the search box or adding in the code or name, you can then fill out the remaining details such as the product code for the supplier, which is different to your product's code. This code is available to search with when adding the product to a purchase order. We've also got the supplier's version of the product description and the minimum order price on the product for the supplier. Once you hit Add, you can select a supplier as your default and amend this when necessary using the action cog, where you can also delete the supplier from the product. This means it will no longer populate as one of the pre-populated suppliers. You can also create a purchase order from here. When you update and edit each detail provided along the supplier's line within a product, the changes will apply to any new purchase order created from then onwards. You can also update a product supplier details in bulk using the CSV import. This then becomes your supplier price book, and at a glance, you're able to make a business decision of where to purchase that stock, at what price, and will now have a good idea on how long it will take to get that product to your door. To finish off, let's look at the Quantity Prices tab. If a supplier offers discounts or special pricing for products you order, you can set the price breaks up in here. The supplier needs to be added to the Supplier tab first, but from there you can go to the Quantity Prices tab and allocate the pricing structure as required. To add a supplier, search for either their name or code, and from there you can add in the details such as minimum quantity you order from the supplier, new unit price, or the percentage value discount to apply when the minimum quantity is added to a purchase order. Once all details are populated for the quantity price, select Add to save it against the product. You can add multiple quantity prices for the same supplier, provided their minimum quantity values differ. The purchase order will automatically apply a quantity price once the order line reaches the minimum quantity threshold, and it will update to the next quantity price if a new threshold is breached. Update and edit each detail provided along the quantity prices line within a product, and the changes will apply to any new purchase order created from then onwards. You can also update a product's quantity prices details in bulk using the CSV import.